Guys, how about that blast from the past? I couldn't pass this opportunity and got myself 2003 BMW Z4 from Copart. It was listed as the flat damage, and I saw the listing was showing it's run and drive, and I also noticed in the listing, and as well, it came with the 2 keys, which is kinda unusual for an auction. What kinda sold me to this car is that it's got, first of all, manual transmission and a fairly low mileage. Wait a moment, 88,000 miles only. That's about it that I know about this car, and it came like in this condition, partially disassembled. Like, this is the glove box, this is the lower kick panel, and like the fuses are exposed. I'm not sure what people had been doing here. And like, this cover is open, this is partially disassembled. I'm yet to figure out what are those panels, what they do. Is there any electrical thingies? Actually, looks like there are. So what I know for sure, this car drives, because we were able to unload it from the trailer by its own power. And while it was sitting on a trailer, I saw quite a lot of oil underneath. Of course, that's the BMW, and it was kind of running on a trailer for a while, and I smelled an engine oil on the exhaust. So it looks like it's an infamous problem with the valve cover gasket. Also, I noticed that the engine is on the loud side, kind of ticking or knocking noise, which I didn't like very much. So I'm not sure what the deal is. It could be internal problem to the engine, it could be the car was sitting for a while, and looks like it was slightly neglected. I would even say not even slightly, quite a lot neglected by the looks of it. But it's got a very nice rubber with a lot of meat left on it. Quite a lot of different stickers, broken third brake light. I don't know, all that needs to be cleaned, washed, buffed, polished, whatever. Looks like the convertible top is in very decent condition. Looks like it's got the glass, not the plastic. So it's not bad for being 23 years old car. It's got scratches on the bumper, most likely partially maybe buffed. One headlight is very decent condition, another one is peeling, and I noticed like peeling from inside of the fender. So looks like at one point the fender possibly was replaced, because I don't know, this one looks like glossy, but this one also was adjusted at one point. I can see the witness marks right here. Very hard to say what happened here, but let's check that. Hold on. Oh my god, what do we have in here? Kind of dirty oil, dirty dipstick. So I'm not sure how well it was maintained. What about the coolant? Oh, it's low on coolant. Looks like per this picture this white pointer should be right. Hold on. So this is max, this is low, and we are below low, so we definitely need to add some coolant for sure. Hopefully it's not leaking anywhere. How about an air filter? Let's check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The air filter, okay, this is the clean side. How about the dirty side? The dirty side is actually very clean, so it looks like it was replaced recently. Okay, let's put it back. I'm gonna put this cover back, and what do you guys say if we're gonna attempt to start the car with you? Yahoo! All right. Okay, let's try to start it. Okay, handbrake looks like is working. Yeah, handbrake works. I can hear this like a knocking or it's like a lifters though. I can see the oil coming from the valve cover gasket. It's definitely lifters. It's coming from the top. It's not bad for what it is. Let's rev it up just a bit. From here it's very loud. It's not bad. How about the lights? Let's check them out. Okay, let's do the high beams. Works. Interestingly enough, I noticed this is the place for the fog lights, but BMW was kind of cheap enough just to put the plastic covers. All right. Looks like those lights are working. How about that? I like those guys. I think it looks sick. All right. Left turn signal. Right turn signal. Okay, looks like lighting works as it should. Oh, it needs cleaning so badly. Oh my god. We got airbag light. I'm not sure what that's all about. I think I'm gonna brings the scanner and we're gonna figure it out. I'm trying air conditioning and it's not cold. I put it to recirculate and turn on AC, but it's kind of on a warmer side. Okay, heat works. It's going warm now. Maybe actually it's starting to go. It's starting to go colder. It's not ice cold yet. No, it's okay. It's fine. I was worrying for a bit. Okay, let's check out the top. The windows opened, the latch unlatched, and nothing else happening. And it looks like because the operation is not finished, it's blinking, and if I will press onto the open button, there is silence, nothing is happening. So let's try to close it. Okay, it's closed and nothing is blinking here, so it's kind of finished. Yes, it's ice cold now, the AC. So yeah, the operation is finished. So nothing besides the front lock is working on the top. Okay, horn is working. All right, those guys are working. Actually, it's quite down a bit. What I also noticed that this trim around the windshield is disintegrating. It's like it's peeling. Like I don't know. It's not a rubber anymore. It's something else, and I think it's replaceable without removing the windshield. I think I'm gonna check on that. So my plan of attack, I think, is gonna be, first of all, cleaning the car, washing the car. Then I'm gonna put some probably BG engine performance restorer before I replace this old oil. Hopefully it's gonna work some magic, and I'm just concerned about this ticking lifter, and I'm gonna order the gasket for the oil, I mean valve cover, and we'll see, and we're gonna figure out what's happening with the top, why it's not opening. I gave it a quick bath to get rid of some dust and removed all those stickers from the car, and now it's at least looks much better. It requires some buffing, polishing, but you know, it's like many times better than it was just short time ago. And what I wanted to do right now, I wanted to read the codes just to see what the car is complaining to, just to know the idea about like the overall health of the car. The battery, like I mentioned, was charged. I think I mentioned, yeah, it didn't require any jump boxes to start it, to take it off from the trailer. So I think it shouldn't have too many of those like low voltage codes, but we'll check it out in a moment. Interestingly enough, there is just one and only fault, which is for a ZKE module, fault number 29, relay for central locking unlocking. And what's interesting about this, you know, the whole scanning thing, I got the airbag light, And the airbag, where is it? I just saw it somewhere. Electronic lights. Oh, I think I saw the airbag module here, and I don't see it anymore. Interesting. It's the next day, and I think I figure out why I didn't see the airbag module on my diagnostic scanner, and why the glove box has been kind of disassembled. Then the reason is the airbag module actually was totally disconnected. It's right here behind the brake emergency or parking brake lever, so it's right in there, and you cannot see probably, but it's all greenish and bluish on the contact pad, and this one, the connector, is also greenish bluish. And I think the same thing happened to the roof, because I did some research yesterday and found out that the convertible top motor is located on the left hand side around, this area, and if the drainage is blocked, the water piles up and pretty much bakes the motor, the electric motor for this hydraulic pump, and that's kind of number one failure point for those convertible tops, for those Z4 model. So I'm gonna try to reach the motor from here, from behind, from the trunk, and we'll see what's the condition of it. By the way, those modules for the airbag, it's like $300 plus used on eBay, and about like $1,100 for the brand new one. So yeah, that's pricey. What I also found out online yesterday, that there is the emergency lever or emergency hydraulic release, thingy, lever, whatever it is. And moment, so you can operate the trunk manually. Ooh. Okay, so it's got this partition, and this partition needs to be lowered. Let's try to see if we can operate the top manually. First of all, ignition, release the motor, and let's check. Yeah, we can open up the top. At least partially. At least we can work on the car when it's not so hot inside. That's good news. So the motor for the top is down below, so we won't be able to get to the motor from here. We're gonna do it from the back. I'm pretty sure I figure out why the top is not working. This is the cover from the housing that has the hydraulic pump kind of stored, and as you can see, it's all wet. That means the drainage was blocked, and the water level rose in this like a cavity where the motor is located, and it simply fried the motor. And let me try to show you where is that. So it's the driver's side, and you're looking at this mess, which is the top of the motor right here. So I will try to get this motor out from this cavity. I know it's been held by few zip ties. I'm gonna have to cut it. It wasn't too hard to remove the this cover. I used kind of this hook because it's kind of really hard to get in there. So this hook actually helped me to unhook the furthest side. Like I guess this is the clip, and after that I was able to work it out with my hand. So and I also had the tape, as you can see, like some remnants, signs of the tape. So I removed this tape first, and then I pried it with this hook. I am not done with this motor removal yet, but I just kind of started to wiggle it, and as you can see, the water started to pour from this kind of, you know, cavity where the motor was located. So it's still dripping here. So yeah, it had some water in there, and I think the same thing should be on the passenger side as well. I just yanked the pump out, and I guess this could be the clue why it's not working. It's all soaked, wet, so we'll see. I don't know what kind of miracle happened there, but after I disassembled this motor, cleaned the rotor and magnets, and soldered the broken circuit board, and freed up the rusted contacts that are sliding on the rotor, that's what we have now. It sounds pretty healthy, I would say. I couldn't believe something like that could actually work. So I think I'm gonna put some, I don't know, maybe even double D40 on those bearings just to prolong their life, and I'm gonna assemble the pump back and fill it with the new fluid, and we'll see if it's gonna work. I installed this pump back, and I added this hydraulic fluid. You can check out this part number. It's fairly inexpensive, and it fits this Z4. It also fits CLK W209 class. So let me shut this, and let's take a look. Turn on the ignition button, windows goes down, there you go. Can you imagine that this absolutely horrible looking pump was able to open this top? I won't lie, I already kind of moved the top back and forth a few times simply to get the air out from the system. I am still don't know if the hydraulic system is totally okay, or it may have some leaks. So which if it does, I'm gonna see that the fluid will disappear from the container right there on the top. But in general, I think it's a little miracle that the pump in that condition still works. And so for now I'm gonna leave it like it is, because I would like to clean the drains to make sure, you know, it won't collect the water again. And the next step gonna be the ABS module in the center console. This unit, I think I'll be able to remove this unit without the removal of this central console, just the rear part, and I'll see if I'll be able to take it apart and see what's inside. I got this car on a lift, and I wanted to point at one thing. It's kind of hard to get it on the lift, at least the lift that I have. It's like older style of the lifts where the arms got only 2 sections, not like 3 shortened sections, but 2 kind of longer sections. And that means I have 1 section is actually kind of penetrating through, and I cannot use this pad, which kind of goes right on the tip of this arm, to grab this pad on a car. So like while 3 of them are barely making on the rubber pads of the lift, like barely. This one I couldn't situate on this lift, and I left with one option, just to use the lift arm just like that, unfortunately. Yeah, so as a typical BMW, it's got covered with the anti-rust protection, aka leaking or pissing oil from everywhere. I would suspect it's mostly coming from the valve cover gasket, and I already purchased the valve cover gasket as well as the spark plug hose gaskets and new belts, because you can see the belt is pretty much disintegrating. I purchased new clips for this grill because there is none, so grill is basically not being held by anything. I can pretty much remove it right away. So FCP Euro was pretty quick with shipping, like all the clips and stuff like this, and belts and whatnot. So yes, I'm gonna brake clean and anti-grease the daylight out of this engine, and then I'm gonna lower it, and I'm gonna replace the valve cover gasket, put a new oil, probably run oil for a bit and replace it once again, because I don't know how neglected this engine is, if any. I don't know, but I mean, it's pissing oil from everywhere, and it's kind of marking its territory already. I wiped it down slightly, and now it looks like that. And I was able to see the markings on the belts, and looks like this belt is manufactured in 16th of October of 02. This one 31st of October of 02. This car is manufactured in December of 02, if I'm not mistaken. So those two are original belts, which are 23 years old. So probably a little bit incorrect order of operations, because possibly I needed to wash the engine from the top and then from the bottom, but nevertheless it looks much cleaner now. It's gonna be easier to see the spots of oil coming, if any, after we're gonna replace. What I'm saying, if any, it's BMW, it's always gonna leak no matter what, but at least we're gonna try to slow down the leak a bit by replacing the valve cover gasket. Just lowered the car, and what I like about Z series is that the complete engine, almost complete engine, is accessible. Like for example 3 series like E46, probably 40% or 30% of the engine is covered with the wiper cowl panel. This one is exposed almost from all the sides, so I'm gonna pop the beauty cover, and then we'll see what's in the bottom. Yeah, like a lot of oil in here. Definitely this gasket is leaking, so we are on the right track. Let's open those covers. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 10mm bolts and nuts. And of course I would like to use some air to clean the area around, so I don't want like any debris under the valve cover. Looks like there was the mouse nest or something like that. This car came from Ohio, so it's very common there for the chipmunks or mice to do the nest in the cars, especially if the car is sitting in a garage. I'm gonna disconnect coils, and I will try to remove this wiring loom for coils just out of the way, and we'll see how it goes. I can see a few clips, hopefully they won't break. Right, and ground wires, also 10mm bolts, same pretty much bolts that holds the valve cover right here. Correction, 8mm. Ground wires out of the way, and pretty much I can move that thing somewhere to the side. Now I got a couple clips holding the oxygen sensor wiring attached. I'm gonna disconnect this, I'm gonna disconnect that, this. Yep, brace doesn't affect anything. Now we only have like gazillion of those 10mm bolts. I think this was the last one. I'm gonna do the compressed air again. Let's see. Do we need a pry bar, or we can... Yeah, we're gonna need the pry bar. Hold on, guys. Okay, let's start with the small one. I have all of them. Now, looks like all of them are undone. All right. Is the camera rolling? Yes, it is. Wiring out of the way. Wiring out of the way. Huh. All right. It's not really clean, but it could be worse. There is some like a sludge build up, and yeah, the gaskets are pretty much plastic. I'm gonna remove the remainders, hopefully, all those gaskets there literally crumbling. Okay. I want those little pieces to fall inside the engine. They crumble like plastic. Guys, it will take me some time to get rid of those gasket remainders. I cleaned and degreased the surface where the gaskets are meant to go, and I believe this is gonna go like this, and this is gonna go like that. Hopefully they're gonna sit a little bit tight and won't fall when I will be installing the cover back in place. Let's attempt to install this gasket. Oh, sorry guys for punching you. Is it one like this? Looks like it. I think so. This one goes pretty tight, so no way it will fall down when we're gonna be installing the cover back. Okay, this part looks like is done. Sits pretty nice. Now I'm gonna have to apply some RTV on the mating surface, like in a few spots. First of all, I'm gonna apply it to those edges, like there is like a half moon shape thingy, like here. So we're gonna have to apply the RTV on those corners on both sides. So let me try to you don't need to go like the full moon shape. Oops, a little bit too low on quantity right here. Then second moon shape, or the corner of the moon shape. Cannot see what I'm doing. Okay. This corner is done. This corner is done. Then the place where the Venus cover meets the head, both sides, Alright, and the moon shape in the back. The moon shapes from both sides are applied. Now I need to very carefully guide this cover back in place without smearing of the, you know what, without the smearing of the RTV. Okay, I'm gonna hold it by one of those studs. Looks like the wiring is fine, is installed. Now I'm gonna have to put the new rubber grommets that I also purchased. Looks like nothing is missing. If I'm not mistaken, the torque spec for those bolts is about 74 inch-pounds, which translates to 6 Newton meters and 4 foot-pounds, so it's very light torque, to be honest, and it's gonna go as like a star pattern, like a pattern going from the center to the sides, kind of to distribute the tension. I forgot to mention that this RTV that I'm using, if I'm not mistaken, first of all you hand tight the bolts, you leave it for about an hour, and then you do the full torque, and that's how to properly set this RTV. So guys, I just removed the filter, just curiosity for, and it's pretty much disintegrating in my hands. Plus you see it was kind of squished. It's like, wow, it's I'm not sure if it was ever replaced. My GoPro died, so it's like insertion from the phone. So yeah, like what I was saying, the filter is disintegrating. It's like I never ever saw anything like that in my life. It's not paper, it's like holy maloney, I don't know. So as you can see, it was kind of pressed, squished when it was installed in this kind of housing or holder. And what I noticed, maybe I'm wrong, but what I noticed, doesn't look this like the remainders maybe from the old filter. It's really, there is no good place to install them. I mean, I don't know, but it looks like this is the kind of the ring, and you kind of can see like where the paper was, and maybe that's why this filter wasn't installed all the way, because that like a ring is on the way, which is crazy. I don't know. I'll try to pick it. I don't know, but I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's the ring from the old filter. Okay, starting to move. Oh my god, guys, Holy crap. At first I thought maybe I didn't remove this ring with my filter, but no. And the ring from, I'm gonna put this one here, but so one ring is right here, it's still there, and the other one is right here. It's kind of disintegrated. Take a look. It's holy maloney. It's matching. It's matching pretty much. So whoever installed this filter, they didn't remove all the remainders from the previous filter. And I bet I don't know, I'm gonna have to take a you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a sample of this oil and I'm gonna send it to Blackstone, and we'll see what is the condition of this engine. It's probably the most correct way to assess the condition of this engine. So it's the next day. I ordered some more parts from FCP, primarily to replace the gasket behind the oil filter housing, because I can see the leak in there as well. And so I have a few days, you know, until the parts gonna arrive. So I took this part that I removed yesterday, this oil filter holder, and there is one more ring in it, like the opposite one. Guys, you can see it right here. And I almost already installed the, you know, the replacement filter, and I see again same pattern. So not one but two of those like rings were extra. Holy crap, like who does that? It's incredible. So I just received the package with a set of spark plugs NGK. I went with the NGK ones, the gasket for the oil filter housing, and the replacement oil feed line that goes from the filter housing to the, I guess, the Vanos you know, cover housing or whatever. So this is the line. I read online this is the somewhat common place for the oil to be leaked. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna remove the air filter housing. I'm gonna remove the belts. I got the replacement belts like I mentioned. I'm gonna remove the alternator because it's right on the way to the oil filter housing. And before doing that, I'm gonna disconnect the battery, because the obvious reasons, like there is the very fat positive, you know, cable goes in the to the alternator, and that's we don't want to fry anything. I got the air box out, I got the alternator out. The alternator has been held by two bolts. I think one goes, you know, through this hole, one through this hole, and one of those bolts is actually covered with the idler pulley. So you need to remove the pulley cover, and that's the, you know, hold the bolts. The bolt is going through that holds the alternator. Now it looks like the housing is being held by a it's probably 12mm bolts, I think, maybe 14. Looks like, I don't know, 12. And plus it has this oil feed line from the housing to the Vanos you know, cover or assembly. So in case you're replacing just the Vanos, I mean this oil feed line, you can actually get to the bolt that holds it from the back. I slightly prepared the mating surfaces. They are free of any debris, both on the housing and on the engine block. I cleaned out a little bit the surrounding areas, so in the future I could easily see in case there is the oil leak, and I'll be able just to tell much easier where it's coming out from. So that's the brand new gasket. Looks like it sits fairly tight in place. That means it shouldn't jump out of the place when I'm gonna put this whole monstrosity back. That's kind of big housing because it comes with the idler and tensioner. Tensioner is kind of noisy, idler is quiet, and this other idler that I removed to get the access to the bolt for the alternator was actually quite noisy as well, so they're gonna be on my list for the future to replace. I installed the filter housing back in place. Those 6 bolts are 16 foot-pound torque, and of course like a kind of star pattern. And I installed the brand new oil line. I have no idea how to torque those because I cannot put my torque wrench on those, so it's pretty much good and tight. And I'm gonna keep an eye on those connections, this one and the other one in the back of the housing, for a little while, just to make sure it's not leaking. If it's leaking, I'm gonna tighten a little more. And right now it's time to install back the alternator, put new belts. You know what, maybe I'm gonna spray some more of brake clean just to make sure it's really squeaky clean in here, and new belts and oil change ready to go. One little life hack about alternator installation. In the back here there is like a nut slash sleeve that actually goes in and out when you tighten the bolt once the alternator is installed, and right now it's nearly impossible to put the alternator back in place without kind of moving this sleeve out slightly to give this space for the alternator to pretty much slide into the appropriate spot in the car. So I put like this bolt, and I simply turn this nut using this bolt as the press to press out this kind of sleeve slash nut because it totally rusted. You need to do it carefully so you don't break this tab. You can use WD-40 simply to make your life a little easier, but I was able, let's put it that way, it was not so hard for me to move it out without WD-40. Wasn't so bad. So yeah, that's the little life hack. I put a new belt. I put this cap on the like this idler that hides the bolt that holds the alternator. And while the car is on a lift, I'm possibly gonna drain the oil right now, and I'm gonna take a sample, I think, and send it to Blackstone Labs just for them to let me know the condition of this engine, not assuming but actually known condition of the old oil filter, which was like horrible. And I just keep my fingers crossed that it didn't do much harm to this engine. Closed all the shields, I cleaned everything for the most part, and hopefully it's gonna be easier for me to observe any future leaks in case when they're gonna appear. It's BMW, they gonna appear for sure. I just need not to forget to put some fresh oil tomorrow because today is too late. I'm tired, and so we'll proceed tomorrow. I removed the old spark plugs, and all of them are looking relatively okay. A couple of them were really kind of hard to remove. I was really worried that I'm gonna damage the threads in the head, but you know, luckily they came out just fine. And this is the spark plugs I'm gonna be using. It's NGKR BKR 6E so yeah, spark plugs, then oil, and then we're gonna do the airbag module programming. Sorry dark guys, but you'll be able to see that this is the replacement module that I got from eBay. And it's a main airbag module I just installed, I connected, and we're gonna have to do some manipulation so the car won't have the where's the keys? Keys right here. So the car won't have the airbag light. So I busted out my very old laptop, and this is the old BMW software. I mean, yes, old software and old BMWs. So ours is E85 F6. Let's check out the safety modules. Safety information module is what this module is being called. Let's read the module if it's readable. Let's check the error memory. Read error memory. We got one error in error memory, and it is falsche Nummer, which means the VIN number that's stored in this unit is incorrect. By the way, this unit looks like came from the car that had 177,000 kilometers, probably around 110,000 miles, maybe 120 or so, but regardless, yes, we're gonna what I would like to actually to see, I'm gonna have 10. I would like to see the ident. So the ident for this part is 6965146. We're gonna need this number. We're gonna need this number later. That's another program, WinKFP, and let's do the comfort mode. Let's choose ZUSB, which is like pretty much the ident of this module, and our module is SIM85. This module and our module, remember from the previous program, was 6965146. Let me confirm, 6965146. We keeping this unverbal thingy, and let's check if it's gonna. Okay, so we have assembly identification number entered. Now we're gonna enter the VIN number. That's the VIN number, R62362. Let me confirm. Yes, it is. Okay. Now we click done. So we have all the settings for the program. The program picked up the files it needed for programming, and I think we have to click program button and don't breathe. This user info field can still be programmed one time. Program ECU. Okay, don't breathe. I'm not sure. Yes, it's quite a long process. So I got my laptop actually on the extension cable going to the outlet. Same thing for the car. I put the how it calls, the battery maintainer connected, just to make sure the battery won't die during the programming, because it takes a little bit, and if the battery gonna die in the middle of this process, this module gonna be bricked and I'm gonna have to purchase another one. So let's hope everything's gonna go as planned. And okay, I don't even want to you know, click on like anywhere to kind of to disturb this program. So let me get back to you once this progress bar gonna be, you know, pretty much completed. All right, looks like programming is okay. And frankly speaking, this is the third time. The first two times it brought me errors when I was programming, and I really freaked out. But I mean, I freaked out because I thought this module is bricked, but looks like I turn off the car, I turn it on, I restarted the program, and like right now from third time looks like programming is okay. This is the VIN, and hopefully the VIN is updated in this module. So let's close this program. Let's open InPay again. F6 safety modules. Let's see if I don't recall if I can see anything in here. Identification, anything. Yes, and vehicle identification number right now is LR62362. But that's not it yet. F10. Let's go back again. F6 safety module, safety information module. Errors. I think there should be the error. This is the system time, and I cannot reset this error. It's gonna come back right away. Yes, so in order to fix this error, system Zeitfehler, we're gonna have to use once again another program. So this one is Tool 32, also BMW program. I don't recall if I need to recode the model for this module first, or second load as GBD file. Mine should be something like SIM. Hold on. SIM85PRG. SIM85, this is the name of the module, and I need to find the job name. If I'm not mistaken, it's Systemzeit lesson. It's Sprecher. Hold on. Systemzeit lesson. There we go. Right here I need to put the argument 1, and I think I need to double click on this one 2 times. Did I click? Okay. Now we have result window, and now we need to click on Systemzeit starten. So I think we just resetted the time, and now we click on starting the time. Starten. Yes, EQ conditions not correct, or request sequence error. That means we have to code the module first. I thought maybe we can stick without the coding first, but looks like we have to code it. Let's check if it's gonna accept our process EQ. It's SIM EQ and Kadiren execute job. Let's check if it's gonna take it. Coding, yeah, it took it. Coding ended, so we can go back, close it, start tool 32 again, file, load sgbt, sim85 prg. We don't need to lessen it. We can start it again. System side lesson. Okay. System side starten, and now it's okay. We just started the time again because job status said okay. Okay. Now we go back to INPA, F6, safety modules, safety information module. Right now we do have this airbag light on. Now let's check if we can clear this error. Can we or no? Error memory has been cleared. F1, no errors found. We still have this light on, but there are no more errors in the airbag. That's interesting. Maybe let's no, the light is still on. Interesting. Let's read. Yeah, no errors. Maybe we have okay, no more errors in the airbag module. Let's check the satellites. There are, I guess, 4 more modules related to the airbag system. Safety modules, safety door front left module. Let's check if we can enter this module. Error memory, read. Okay, we have few errors here. Clear memory. Memory has been cleared. Okay, let's read. No errors. F10, F10, F6, safety modules. Now let's do the right door. Error memory. I'm gonna clear the memory right away. There you go. No more airbag light. Oh yeah, baby. Woo-wee. No errors. Oh my god. No errors. Let me turn the car off. Remove the key. Turn the car on. And airbag light on again. Ah, nope, it's gone. You guys can't imagine how relieved I am right now, because this module is fairly expensive, and frankly speaking, this is the second module, because the first one I bought, like this one, I did the whole freaking thing with the programming, with this erasing codes and time reset and all those 9 yards, but it had 15 errors in the memory, and I could not erase them. Every time I erased them, the those errors were, you know, popping up every time. So either the module is damaged, or the module that I purchased is not compatible with this particular car. However, the kind of database suggests that it is compatible, but you know, didn't work properly. The module I just installed, this one, is exactly the same part number that came from this car. So that's it. I would say I'm gonna have to assemble the whole freaking thing back, because, you know, if you remember, it was all busted when the car was delivered, and I think I'm gonna have to purchase some few parts to fix this, you know, center console. So, and I'm gonna observe what's gonna happen with the oil. If we have any more oil leaks, maybe the rear maiden seal, maybe the oil pan gasket already leaking, I don't know. I'm gonna have to drive this car and observe. I'm gonna replace the third brake light because it's it's non-existent, and that's it. I'm gonna drive it for a couple 100 miles, and I'm gonna replace the oil again, just to flush the engine from this horrendous substance that was poured into the engine before. That's how the brake fluid looks like. It's pretty much like oil in the lines. So yeah, possibly we are the first ones who are replacing the brake fluid, and it's already starting to clear here on the top, and shortly we'll have the like a clear fluid coming out. I'm putting Pentacene .4 low viscosity fluid. I flushed the brake fluid. I was using this Motive Products power bleeder with this contraption for European cars. It doesn't fit, unfortunately, domestic ones, but it's very easy job to do using this tool. At least, for example, in this BMW, I simply put the fresh fluid inside. First of all, I sucked the old fluid from the tank. I refilled it with the fresh fluid. Then I put the fresh fluid as well in this, you know, in this tank. Applied the pressure about 1 bar, which is about 15 psi, and so the tank was pretty much replenishing the fluid, and it was applying the pressure to the system. So I simply turned the bolts on the calipers, and the old fluid was actually coming out by itself. No pumping, no pedal pumping is required, and it took me, I don't know, 15 minutes at most, maybe even less than that. And probably, as you noticed, I did not fill this tank up, and the reason for that is I'm planning to replace the pads and possibly the brake rotors, and when I will be replacing those, the new pad's gonna be more fat than the used ones, so they're gonna kind of expand, and the fluid actually will go back from the system back into this canister. And since it's already flushed, the fluid is not contaminated anymore, and that means the fluid level will rise, hopefully up somewhere to the max level. We'll check. If needed, I'm gonna replenish the fluid in this tank, but for now it's enough. I just installed the third brake light, and well, it doesn't look bad. It's a pretty much very cheap Amazon special, and I was about to replace those, you know, shocks for the trunk, because right now it's a finger chopper 3000, and I noticed one scary thing actually that I didn't know. It looks like that this lift is not suitable for BMWs right here. So that's that, guys. I just wanted to let you know, band pack and BMWs doesn't go together. So let's start the car up and just to hear how it works after the oil replacement. I'm gonna open the hood just to hear it better. It's a cold start, kinda cold. It's freaking 95 degrees outside or so, so even the engine is super warm on the touch. However, it didn't run since yesterday. All right, handbrake. All right, neutral. It's so smooth right now. I can probably put like a quarter and it won't fall. And I'm gonna let you hear yourself. This air pump is fairly noisy, but it should stop any moment right now. But there is no lifter tick whatsoever or any other noises. At least I cannot hear. Come on, pump. Stop it. Okay, the pump just stopped. I think it's not bad. What do you think, guys? It was so noisy before. It's definitely lifters. It's coming from the top. Let me rev it up a little bit. I think it's not bad. I still have a couple things to button up, like this center console. I need to find the cover that wasn't damaged. I need to find the cover that wasn't damaged, and they are pretty pricey. And I need to secure the hydraulic pump back in place in the trunk. But you know, it really works. There are any warning lights besides the belt and handbrake. I think it's not a bad result for this cheap Beamer. I replaced the third brake light. I'm still gonna be on the lookout for this badge in the back. That's it.